Wrestlingus show. I'm your host, Cav Manning, and look at this. This is Retro Lingus. This is what we used to do back in the day. Back when we've had our first couple shows, and then the 1 year anniversary we brought back as well. Why are we doing this after not doing it for so long? Well, it's because this is the very last Wrestlingus recap show. Sure, there's 2 more weeks to go in this year, but next week will be Cholo Claus 2, our holiday special, so there won't be a recap for there. It's our movie of the week there. And following that will be the Lingy Awards. We will have our own awards for the year of what happened in the world of wrestling. So we wanted to turn back the clock and do something like we used to do. Start it off and then finish it the same exact way. So let's get to the show. We'll explain more later. We got Meat Twitcher. We got the TNA recap, and of course we got what happened on TLC. We had a unification of titles, finally. Get that garbage belt out of the way, but I got a bit of problems still with this belt situation, and we'll explain it at the desk. Yeah, we're going back to the desk, so see you over there.
I cruise from house to Canal Street.
It's the Wrestlingus show, Retro Lingus. I'm Cav Manning.
I'm Fausty Walnuts.
It's season 2.
Lingus 28.
And here's everything that's going down in pro wrestling. Usually this is where we cut, but we're going old school. Hello, Mr. Walnuts.
Hello,
how are you?
Mr. Manning.
Is it nice to be back on the couch for you?
Yeah, it's nice and comfortable. I'm so lazy. I don't like standing up while we do the.
Now you got your beer with you, and I got my drink, old school style. Don't hurt yourself opening it. So we're gonna get to TNA first.
Impact.
And we'll see how this goes. So this has been a long ass time since we've done this.
Stretch out. Get comfortable.
Okay. TNA starts out with Angle calling out Bobby Roode.
Right.
And he yells at, I always find this the most interesting is when someone says, "Get out here, you scoundrel, you." And then the guy comes and beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, you look like a little bitch.
Yeah, you do. So we're still on with this storyline.
Which it's kind of not really going anywhere, but at the same time, I'm more excited for this match that we're going to see this week versus the actual TNA title match. Because I really don't give a shit about Hardy versus Magnus.
Yeah, and Magnus is going to flip and do something dastardly. But then they left us at the end of the show with Hardy going to see Dixie, so we'll have to see what's up with
Apparently this match has already been taped, so
really?
If you want to be an asshole and go check out the spoilers, you can.
Oh my god.
But I didn't for once. I'm like,
let's go tape a title match. Oh fuck. That's modern day Raw with Foley.
Yeah.
But they're not against anyone, so what's the difference?
Yeah, you don't got Bischoff yelling or Shabani or whatever.
How about Bully Ray getting the microphone to yell at Mr. Anderson?
I think he was quoting a Motley Crue song too.
Was that what it? I was very impressed that he could even remember all those lines because forget it. But the funny part about this is that they took a cue from Fox from 2 years ago or something, where they had mood music.
Very bizarre.
Or did they steal it from Kane when he did his promo that time in the ring sitting on a chair?
I forgot about that. Yeah.
That's what made Kane pretty much.
But at least you see they're evolving Bully's character since he's not doing the Aces and Eights thing, so he's trying to do something else with him.
I mean, I don't know what I don't know what he's kind of almost got to come out with a new gimmick, and it's like they kind of wasted Brooke coming back to be that bad guy for 2 minutes.
Now she hasn't been on TV, and it's a little depressing.
And is she just going to show back up and be rah-rah good guy Brooke?
No.
I don't know. I think they'll just ignore that, okay, now I'm good again. And it's like, well, because don't they have a problem where there's like 50 bad guys and now that we got Madison Rayne back finally.
Thank you.
Thank God.
Maybe she'll finally make the Meat Twitcher board.
You know what? I got a text and it said, Madison Rayne Meat Twitcher ? Cleavage? Because she showed cleavage. I guess you'll have to watch to the end of the show to see who got Meat Twitcher this week.
Yes, you will.
We have, as we were saying, the world title for TNA.
Impact.
Yes, and it's supposed to be a Dixieland match. Now let's just make up names for things.
Yeah.
So this match includes 2 things, and it's
they try too hard, when they have
They're trying
the
very
backwards fucking matches.
I was just gonna say it's the backwards battle royal.
Yeah, you got to get into the
ring. I mean, someone's trying to figure out, we got to have something new. There has to be a new match of some sort that nobody has thought of yet. You got a four corners match, you have ladder matches, you have cage
because
matches.
Because this whole tournament's been nothing but gimmicky matches, so it's like, well, we need an ultimate gimmick match. So let's cross a cage match with a ladder match.
And, you know, it would make sense if it was just a ladder match because it is everyone ascending to something this whole tournament, and that would be a final ascension to go up.
Ooh, some symbolism.
And it would be some symbolism, but it's too simple and easy for them to do.
But this match still ends with a ladder.
Yeah, it ends with a ladder where they got to get out of a cage.
But the ladder's not in the ring. It's on the stage.
For those who don't know, you have to escape a cage, go up the ramp to the stage, climb a ladder, and get the belt.
It's a lot of climbing.
My problem with this is, once they get to this ladder, this match is about done because it's only going to be one time someone's going to fall hard off this ladder.
You can't have multiple ladder bumps.
No, not on steel.
Yeah.
They'll be pulled off onto their feet and keep going and possibly the ladder tipping over, jumping off. But a fucking squash falling off this thing? That's not happening.
No.
So I'm saying, of course, Magnus will win this because he will be dastardly. So that's your TNA report. We used to go into Remember Wins.
A what?
From here.
Remember Wins.
Yeah, Remember When, but we got cock blocked on YouTube too many times.
Maybe
So
Remember When will come back in some sort of
maybe it'll come back again some other time. But, you know, as we said, the Wrestlingus show will be no more after this, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So there's your TNA report. It's time for your WWE.
WWE.
Thank you. Some things never change. To apply to be a co-host, please write to the Lingus. We have a new champion from TLC. Finally. And you know, guess what? They must watch the show, as we say, because they used my terminology for the new champion. It's the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Imagine that. But the universe.
Yeah. They wanted the... Would they want the unified?
Unified champ.
Yeah.
It was a piss poor mess.
Yeah. Luckily, they didn't listen to the universe.
Yeah, as they said, we'll take it under consideration. In other words,
I wonder how long they thought about it for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Not even that.
So we have a new championship, and the thing I noticed most is, if you notice, when they were first climbing this ladder and they're pawing at it, right, and you worry, what if one of these belts pops off?
Yeah.
What if one pops off, hits the ground? What's their next line of defense? Is it, okay, whoever grabs this and grabs the other one? That's what everyone's worried about, if you're going to have to take both of them off. But we saw that it was on this coat hanger deal, that they would have to.
Yeah, when we saw Cena hanging from the belt at one spot.
Yes, when Cena was hanging from the belt, we took a look at these belts.
We're like, damn, that belt's pretty... Those buckles on the back are really secure.
And the thing is, we're like, did they weld the buttons together so it wouldn't pop off? When you looked, they had bolts in the leather so it wouldn't pop off. And later on, when you see him holding the belts, you could see the holes in the belt. And even last night on Raw, you could see the holes. So, hey, at least they did something. You know, you told me about this. Why is there no new belt that I've been screaming about? They need a new belt. The thing is, at least they seem to realize that the belt sucks. I think they've gotten enough flack where, hey, we all know this belt sucks. So what you said about this belt?
Well, the word on the street is they spent over $50,000 for this new belt. It took them over a year to make, so they're like, well, we just can't make a new one now. So we're kind of stuck with it. It hasn't even been a full year that they've had it.
No, we had that Raw, you know, the belt watch. The shit belt watch is actually, we called it.
Yeah.
Shit belt watch. It does make no sense. That, well, if you know shit, you got to change it to start these plans now.
Yeah.
And for them to say that this cost this much money and taking a year to make, what on this belt, unless it is actual diamonds on this belt, why did it take a year to make, and why did it take $50,000 to make when you can get these for $3,000?
Do you mind that Orton's carrying around 2 belts?
I mind.
Really? I don't mind. For now, anyways. Because it's 2 belts. You look prestigious carrying around 2 belts. But at the same time,
isn't boxing.
It's got to be one.
Ain't no boxing is fixed, too, but this isn't boxing.
Yeah. Maybe at Mania we get a new belt.
You know, I hope so. I mean, 2 belts, it annoys me. And you almost saw this coming because if you play the video game, that's one of the things. You're carrying 2 belts. You could win both belts, and it's like, oh shit. So you could unify it on there. So they saw it coming for a while now. But the belt looks like shit. It bothers me because I would like to buy this belt. Just because I have to have...
We don't like either belt is the problem.
Yeah. The problem is that WCW belt is worse than the WWE belt.
Yeah.
Which is scary because that one sucks.
Never mind the prestige and all that garbage.
They're fake prestige.
It's not visually appealing.
No, it's a melted blob of gold, supposedly. And I've never been a fan of putting the nameplate on the belt.
I like the nameplate.
I know you like that shit.
I like the nameplate.
I don't. I know who's the champion. I don't need to read their name to know it. The guy carrying it did it. So maybe they'll come up with a new belt. We could all hope. We could hope so. Let's talk about this bad news for Wade Barrett. Gaveling over here. I feel bad for him. Yeah. It's not his fault.
He's got a new gimmick like every year. What was wrong with the last one?
I don't even know what the new ones were before. This is a legitimately... This is a gimmick. What was his other ones? Just he was a tough guy.
First, they can't decide. First, he's coming out with the jacket over his shoulder and the fucking rose and the boom. Yeah. And throw the jacket on. Then, he comes back, grows a beard, and he's the bare knuckle fighter. Mm-hmm. So at least he's trying to be tougher, using the elbow for his finish. Yeah. And he did the core thing for a little while, too. And now he's just... I have bad news for you. I need to tell you bad news. That's it. The bad news is the gimmick, and... Where do you go from here? Like, how do you start a feud off this? Somebody's got to come out and punch him in the mouth for him talking bad news about them. Yeah. That's the only... All he does now is come out and talk shit to the crowd. Yeah, and it's sad because he's good on microphone. He can speak. That was his whole thing from NXT, that he was a speaker. So, they just, let people do what they do. Let them prove on their own that they can wrestle. It's like Cesaro getting shit on. Yeah. Obviously, Cesaro is majorly over by everybody. Yes. And they, it's like almost a Daniel Bryan thing. When everyone is going crazy and they kind of just, please don't like this person. We don't want to have them do anything. Meanwhile, how strong is Cesaro from the floor picking up Big E and gut-wrench suplexing him. Like nothing.
Yeah. He is the Superman of the group. And Raw was pretty shitty this week. Yes. I told you, I literally fell asleep. I want to sit there and I say, it's after pay-per-view, it's going to be good. Yeah, that's the most disappointing thing is right after a pay-per-view, it's usually good. It's set on fire. And then it doesn't help that we're seeing previews for this Christmas special next week. Yeah, that already has shit written all over it. Yeah, a good Santa versus bad Santa. And, Mark Henry's going to save the day. Yes. As an homage to Fox News being a black Santa. Because somehow Sandow is going to cancel Christmas. I don't know how. He's canceling the whole world. That's the premise of this match. Oh, my God. Another good thing that happened was Nikki got kicked square in the face. Oh, man. And did not let go of her face to the commercial. I was like, is her tooth gone? And that's what she's, hiding her face for? Or her nose bent upward and in? But she walked into it. Yeah. She was walking forward when Tamina gave her a good shot. Finally, is HBK coming back? I don't think so. I hope not. They're hinting at it, but... The problem is, we love watching him wrestle, and I would love to watch him wrestle again. I don't want him to be one of those that comes back from retirement. Yeah. That's my only problem with it. I don't want him to be in that group. He's better than that. We're the same way. Favorite wrestler of all time. Yeah. And as much as I would like to see him wrestle again, I don't want to see him wrestle again. Just for that fact. Yes. And if he does come back to do this... I say full time it then. Yeah. Then there's no, I'm retired. No, right. It's every here and there then he can. Like Austin said on his podcast, they asked him, would you ever have another match? And he said, well, I haven't wrestled in how many freaking years, so if I come back, he goes, I can get in cardio shape, I can get my body back,
but I'm not going to get into ring shape.
Mm-hmm.
The timing and all that, I can't just come back and have one.
So you said you'd have to have 3 months to build up to the Mania, so it wouldn't be the one shot. So, I don't know. I mean, and then the other thing is like, well, you go, well, wouldn't he face Bryan?
Yeah.
But now, I mean, they pretty much set it up for him in Punk because they showed that kick and didn't show the Bryan kick afterwards.
I mean, either way, the prospects of HBK versus either Daniel Bryan or CM Punk sounds fucking awesome. On paper.
Well, how about this then? Will they do this bullshit to get halfway out of the retirement? Will it be Punk and Bryan
versus DX?
Yes.
I could see that too.
Yeah.
So then it's a halfway.
Because then there's the rumors of Hogan coming back. And it was going to be Cena and Hogan.
Man.
Versus then it would probably be like Triple H and Sheamus.
Sheamus is what we had heard.
Yeah. But you can't have Cena in a tag team at Mania.
That's true. Yeah.
You figure he's in the main event pretty much at Mania. Now with one title it'll be much better. They won't be opening the show up with a world title shot.
Yeah, now what are they going to do? It's not going to be a 9-second match or whatever that match was.
Thank God. Yeah, they were just... See, that's what got me excited after this TLC. Things are starting... They're going to go now. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's going to be Mania season.
Yep.
Start January. Rumble is always... That's like a favorite of mine. I think that's probably my second favorite pay-per-view. Yeah. I love the Rumble, that gimmick of it.
Especially because SummerSlam usually sucks every year now.
Yeah, SummerSlam used to be my shit too because they said it's the second WrestleMania of the year.
Which it hasn't lived up to in a while.
But now that with the whole, Rumble being for the title shot deal, it has more, emphasis on
There's no more choosing which belt you want.
Yeah, it's straight ahead. So that's the other thing, though, too, is when it's down to 4 with Big Show, Daniel Bryan, Punk, and Zack Ryder. And then like the other time, Santino and Del Rio, right?
Santino's going to WrestleMania. No.
And the only way I think they could ever get out of that is by having a pig win.
Yeah.
And then he's stupid enough to put his shot on the line for somebody.
Yeah.
Or you also got that Elimination Chamber going into it too, where the title could change and all that kind of stuff. So there's always, they try to get you that one more step, but then they only got a month of build up for Mania, even though it's a full month of a pay-per-view within that.
Yeah.
So that's all we got. That's all that happened. But now it's time for the best part of the show.
There's one very important piece of business that needs to be attended to.
It's Meat Twitcher! Hey-o! The Meat Twitcher this week. Beautiful, beautiful picture. And we included another special picture.
Bonus.
Yes, from some modeling pictures. Fantastic, Summer. Congratulations. Well worthy from that pay-per-view to Raw. Excellent. Let's give her due, shall we? Cap off. Now, I'm facing you, so I can't do my gimmick this week.
Want me to stand over here?
Yeah, stand over here. Let's do my gimmick. Okay. So, we'll mark her down for 6th this week.
I'll go back over here.
Thank you. So, she got a nice 6th spot if this marker wasn't drying up. See, it's perfect that it's like a last show for this. So, at the end of the Wrestlingus show, all time for Meat Twitchers, how about AJ and Miss Tessmacher tying for 12 in the year and a half, more so than a year and a half that we've done the Wrestlingus show. Now, if you use your brains, I told you, there will be no more Wrestlingus show after this year is up.
But
use your brains. There's no Wrestlingus show after this. So get your collectors if you can, and you might be in store for some treats, because we going big time, motherfuckers. I'll be like The Rock running out before I go Mania. I don't have fucking cold. So, big shit coming, but like I said, next week is Cholo Claus 2. It's filmed, it's done. It's starring the cat, it's starring Bowlegs, it's starring fucking nonsense is what it's starring.
And who enjoyed Cholo Claus 1?
Paul Heyman enjoyed Cholo Claus 1. So be prepared for everybody to love. And believe me, we're going to be shoving it down Paul's throat probably. And saying, hey, remember us from that. I have no clue. But this one is much better than the other one because we have a good camera and it works a lot better. And then the week following that will be the Lingy Awards, as I said earlier.
I just dropped off my suit at the dry cleaners to get ready.
Shit, was that on the way from the post office after this last show, mailing it in? So, we'll have the Lingy Awards, which will be really good, some presenters, and possibly...
Let's not put out any promises.
We're not putting any promises, but possibly the nominees will give their acceptance speeches.
The winners.
The winners, yeah, nominees. Believe me, there's not going to be any nominees, there's going to be winners. That's it.
There won't be no drama. It'll just be, here's
your winner, boom, done. But we're going to be at, most likely, we're trying to secure Radio City Music Hall.
Right.
So we'll be airing from there.
We're going all out for this.
Yeah, we're going all out for the Lingies, dressed to the 13s and to the 9s. So we'll do as much as we can for this. So you want to follow the next 2 weeks, of course, and then perhaps, possibly, maybe after that. But like I said, no more Wrestlingus show.
But use your brain.
Use your fucking brains. But hey, if you're watching this, you're a wrestling fan. So it's possible that you don't have one. So they don't like to shit on
audience.
Fuck yes, I'm insulting. And you know, you all should be punished for how many views we get every week now. It's garbage.
Maybe it's a good thing the Wrestlingus show is going
Yes,
away.
Wrestlingus show will be buried and dead after 2 weeks. And that's because you guys didn't help out. You guys didn't promote. You didn't do anything. What is this? What kind of fandom is this? There's probably about 5, maybe 6 that are really hardcore fans. Man, they steam me up that nobody retweets our show. Fucking bullshit. Every time. So, you know, we'll have to put in the credits of the last show of the year. The real fans of this show. And also, that's one of the Lingies. Superfan. Superfan will be getting a Lingy this year.
Well, we got out of 6 to choose from then.
Yes, that whopping 6. So, you're all recognized, that's for sure. But one person went head and shoulders above the rest, and we have reasons why. So
if you don't win, don't get butthurt, is what we're saying.
yeah, because God knows the rest of you fucking will. There's a few. There's a few fucking.
I can think of one.
There's one fucking in the East fucking coast that you know, he gonna be crying when the Bears beat the Eagles too. So this will just be another list of him crying. So we'll be dwarfing everybody on this fucking show soon enough. So I've rambled on long enough. I do like to hear myself.
Hey, this might be your last chance to ramble on.
It will be the last ramble time. So that's it. That's all we have for ourselves. So we'll give chops to say goodbye. And that's it. So I want you all to stand up wherever you are. Get on your feet, wherever you're at, and be proud. And in a loud, clear voice, put your hands over your hearts. And say, together, we're assholes! And we'll see you next Tuesday.